Hey guys, so today we're actually going to be using something called a DAW. Now, DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation. So that means we're going to be using exclusively the computer. We're only going to use the computer to create our musical track. So the track I'm going to be creating is going to have something called a rhythm section. Now, a rhythm section has a bass, a guitar, and drums. Now, those drums can be created electronically. That bass can be a synth bass or a normal bass. In this case, I'm going to do everything digitally. So I'm just going to use a little keyboard and it's going to play all the sounds for me. So as you can see, I have right now a drum track. And I'm actually going to play on the keyboard here. Let's see what it sounds like. So that's mainly what I'll be using, these sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and record just a very, very basic drum track, and that's going to start to create our rhythm section by adding the drums. So let's hear that first. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and make sure the computer fixes that so it sounds really clean and great. Let's listen back to it. This little yellow line up top is telling me that it's going to loop this. Now, loop means it'll just keep going. It'll just keep playing. Very, very, very basic. So again, that's our drum track. Now I'm going to have to create a different track, and I'm going to call it a bass track. Don't worry about this. I'm just pulling up some sounds here. I'm going to go under bass. You see the word right there? Bass. Okay, I'm going to go under electric bass, and we will use the attitude bass. Right, that is very loud. So that's going to add quite a bit of foundation to our rhythm section. Let's see if there might be a little bit of lag, so it might be a little off. Let's see if I can get it to play in time. Okay. All right, that should be fine. Let's fix it up just in case there's any issues here. Great, let's listen to it. This is just the drums, and we're just going to rename it. We don't need to call it attitude bass. Let's just call it normal bass. So we have drums and bass. Let's listen to that. Okay, I like that. So the last thing we need, if you can remember, we need three things to create our basic rhythm section. The other thing we need is our guitar. So I'm going to go ahead up here. I'm going to open another instance of this here. We will switch this to guitar. Let's find guitar. Guitars. We'll just use an electric guitar. That'll sound nice. We will do clean electric guitar. That works for me. And we will call it electric guitar. Great. Let's switch these pictures so I can remember what they look like. Oh, there we go. Bass here. That's what a bass looks like. And let's go here, guitar. Let's find an electric guitar we can use. Let's use this one here. Okay, great. Okay, let's try this now. So I'll just add something that doesn't get in the way of the bass, doesn't get in the way of the drums, but still creates a foundation. Very, very simple foundation for maybe a singer to sing over or maybe a piano player to play over. Again, this is just the rhythm section, so it's just the bare essentials, just what we need to get the groove going. Try that again. It was a little sloppy. It's not perfect at all, but it's okay. So let's move that there, and let's just see what that sounds like all together. And also, let's make it a little bit faster by pulling the tempo up. Alright, so that's the track with the rhythm section. Again, I'm going to make sure we're clear on what rhythm section is, so I'll be asking you a couple questions about the video that you'll be able to find in your classroom on Google Classroom. And so I hope you enjoyed this, and there'll be a lot more of this to come soon. Alright.